Good morning. This morning we're going to talk about how to properly attach a pull line or a rigging line to a skid loader. The first option is going to be to tie it directly to the boom, typically with either a double bowline if you're using a bight of rope, or just a straight bowline if you're using the end of the line. Please note that I'm not pinching any hydraulic lines under there. I'm going only around the boom. I'm not coming around behind these hydraulic lines. If you do that and you start pulling something big, you're gonna break something. That's your first option. Your next option is going to be to use one of the rear tow hooks or tow loops. You can use both of them, but whatever you do, make sure you keep in mind that this is rope on metal. Feel for any rough edges, anything that might catch, nick, or damage your rope. It'd probably be the best to attach a shackle back here. That way the bend radius on the back of that line isn't going to be as tight. Anytime you can make a bend radius larger when you're pulling on a rope, that's all the better. So I've just removed the bucket. Now once you can get a better look at what is better to attach the rope to. We want to use the boom, not the piece that the attachment attaches to, because that is connected to your hydraulic cylinders. And again, if you're really ripping and tearing on something, you could damage things. Your other third option is to connect it to one of the front tow hooks. Again, these are probably the worst option because the really sharp, tight bend radius, and there's a couple sharp edges there. So if you're going to use those, I definitely recommend using some type of shackle or something, a connecting link on there. Something we don't use are these hooks. These hooks are designed solely to route hydraulic lines when putting an attachment on the loader that is hydraulic attachment, like the grapple or something else. So you have three options. Your boom, and remember, we're gonna be sure and not catch the hydraulic lines. Option number two is the rear connecting points, which then you almost need a spotter because you're going to be pulling away from, you're going to be facing away from what you're pulling. And then the third option, for whatever reason, you might need to use these front tow rings. They're all safe, but just keep in mind the dangers with each. So that has been your tutorial for the day. Thank you, and have a good day.